Hi, I'm Ken Jr. and welcome to Train World TV. Here you'll find the latest and greatest in model trains. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new to our channel, we're glad you're here, and I invite you to click the subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you'll never miss a video. Now, we'd also love to send you exclusive deals and special announcements that you won't find anywhere else. So be sure to sign up for our emails, TW Text, and stay connected with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget, you can shop online at trainworld.com for all your model train needs. Now, without further ado, enjoy today's video.
Hey everyone, welcome to Thomas Tuesday, the June 2026 edition. I am Christian V, your host for this evening. Ken Jr. may possibly be with us in a little bit, so just stay tuned for him. But we are here for yet another action-packed event full of new reveals and a phenomenal guest in the fandom. His name is Chandler. He does Railway Series, Model Series, and several scales. Chandler, how are you doing this evening, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Christian.
My pleasure. And the man of the hour, he's at Bachmann Trains. He's got all the latest reveals, crazy schedule going on in his life with 2 kids and his wife. Just lots of amazing things going on. Matt Stern from Bachmann Trains, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. Looking forward to showing off we got some pretty cool samples tonight.
Fantastic. So stay tuned, guys. You're not going to want to miss this or tune out at any given point, all right? And by the way, there is going to be another raffle at the very end of today's stream, and it's going to be a locomotive. I'm not disclosing what it is, so stay tuned. It's a locomotive, and it's a nice one. So if you want that, stay tuned for our question. It's going to be at the very end of today's Thomas Tuesday, all right? Great. Without further ado, I'm actually going to pass it right on to Matt Stern.
All right. So, we got a few things to show. First thing I'm going to start with, though, is it's kind of a follow-up from last month. Actually, there we go. All right, so if you remember, showed you the Sodor China Clay, and I said that this is not the final color for the China Clay load. So just since we were talking about that, and I know there have been a lot of comments on social media about that, I do want to show we have the updated sample here. So I'm going to swap out the loads here. All right, there is our updated China Clay load. So a little bit more along the lines of China Clay and not, a chicken korma.
I like the color very much.
That looks a lot better, yes. Yeah.
So that'll be coming hopefully by we're hoping for the fall for these. Now, let's see. Should we start with? Christian. I'm gonna. Actually, you know what? Both of you. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. Do you want to go with N scale or 00/HO?
I'll have you choose, Chandler.
Oh man, we'll go 00. We'll save the small for last. How about that?
All right, sounds good. All right, so we did a little bit of a teaser of this on our social media. I think it was last week. So without further ado.
All right.
Yes. Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
So
all right, guys. sorry to cut you off, guys, but I have to say real quick, if you want to also be part of this raffle, you have to screenshot this Bachmann Bulgy and hashtag Bachmann Trains, tag Train World as always on Twitter. If you do not do that, you will not be qualified for this raffle. So you have to do that on Twitter. We can also take Instagram stories too, but Train World must be tagged. All right. Thank you, Matt.
All right. Yeah. So this is, of course, Bulgy. And he's our second bus to add. Of course, we've had Birdie in the line for a number of years. And, of course, a very notorious character. And got a one of the things that I like about him in particular is we gave him a face that I think it's one that the best illustrates his personality. He's got kind of a smirk going on there.
Oh yeah.
So not just a happy face. You've got the he's scheming there. And of course, you've got the free the roads on the destination blinds there, the railway bus on the side, and in the back there, you've even got the 3D staircase going up back there. And of course, there's a metal grab pole there as well. Show you the back here.
Awesome.
And you got the free the roads again on the destination blind on the back too. There's the other side. And
Wow.
just see the top and bottom as well. So there he is. There is Bulgy. And just to give you an idea of size for scale, we actually used a Routemaster bus model, 176 scale Routemaster for sizing when we were doing this. So we wanted to make sure it was in scale with the 176 scale world. It would match everything else, and in particular with Birdie as well. And just a shout out to Bachmann Europe. That Routemaster is a Bachmann Europe model under the EFI. So anybody in the UK, if you want a Bachmann Routemaster, that's an example of one there. But yeah, and it also happens to be my personal favorite bus. Just as an aside, that was a pre-existing model that I owned before I even worked at Bachmann.
That's awesome.
So that actually made it particularly fun to work on Bulgy as well, because I mean he's not a Routemaster. I think he's based on I think it was a Bristol low decker with or something. No, not a low decker because that had a door in the front. Somebody probably knows this in the comments. So if you know,
this actually would have been a good raffle question, Matt.
There you go.
Yeah, this was being revealed. So,
but yeah, so there's Bulgy. Of course, also he does have moving wheels as well. So there's, you can pose him and have him going down your roads as well. So that is our HO/00 reveal for today.
That's very
Should we
nice.
move on to N scale?
I think so.
sounds good.
All right. Find a place to put all these. All right, here we go. So we're going to start with, let's see. Start with this guy. We'll start with the green one first.
Oh, rad. Awesome.
Very nice.
There you go. This is our first final, or not final, but painted sample of Paxton. I'm just doing a little bit of a 360 here.
Wow.
And close up with the face as well. And the faces are not just carbon copies of the HO. We did work on these with using our references, our Thomas references as well to kind of make sure everything was correct for them. So you may notice some slight differences. I know the eye mechanism came into play with the face for the HO one. So that obviously is not a concern with the N scale one. But there he is.
That's very nice.
Of course, he's got working side bras as well.
Very cool.
And of course, it's not just Paxton. We also have Diesel.
The OG.
Yes. Or as he's known in HO, Grumpy Diesel.
Nice.
Those just look like the HO scale ones just shrunk. Like that looks perfect. That's awesome.
Yeah,
So
really
I just
nice.
asked Matt in the chat about the release date of these.
So we're looking at probably by the end of the year for these, if not a little bit sooner. These are the very first painted samples, so we don't have packaged samples yet or anything yet. So there's a little ways to go, but we're getting there.
Awesome.
And these are functional. I tested them on our test track at Bachmann yesterday, and they ran beautifully. Really nice, smooth running, slow running, fast.
Wonderful.
Should be really excellent little shunting engines.
Awesome.
And I did see in the comments there somebody asking about Troublesome Truck 7. We did show that. I don't have that one with me now, unfortunately, but we did show that one last month. So you go search for last month's stream. I believe it was last month.
Yeah.
I did have it up on there as well.
Bonus points, guys. Get on over there.
So that's about it for what I have. Make sure there's nothing else hiding in the box. Nope. So we got Bulgy, and we've got Diesel, Paxton, and the new China clay load.
Nice.
So
Very nice.
A lot of exciting stuff.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Matt. A few more questions in the chat. Any update on the painted samples for Sydney or mainland diesel?
I have been told that we should be receiving them very soon. So stay tuned for next month's Thomas Tuesday.
Fantastic. Awesome.
All things being equal.
And the N scale Henry, which I believe we've had a face reveal so far for that one.
N scale Henry, he is a potential for next month, but we had to make some last minute modifications to the design, so pushed it back a little bit.
Okay. Either way, guys, these summer months are full of engine reveals, so make sure you're put for these because a lot of exciting stuff is on the way.
Yep. And I did see somebody ask about Flying Scotsman as well. So Flying Scotsman, we're actively in the development stage right now. So we probably won't have a reveal yet, but it's going to be coming and before you know it.
Fantastic. Awesome. And then Bulgy's release date, which I believe you did state before, right? At the end of the year.
Yeah. Bulgy should be here. I'm hoping late fall. It could be the end of the year. All depends on just, how quickly we can move through the, all the processes that take place ahead of that.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Matt. Thank you so much, as always, for showcasing these latest reveals. Do you have a favorite? Maybe I should ask you.
Do I have a favorite out of all these?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to have a favorite. I mean, I would probably say Bulgy just because of, like I said, my pre-existing love of the Routemaster bus or British double-decker buses in general, we'll say.
Awesome. Yeah, I remember Bulgy was one of those characters that people on the forum were raving for for over 10 years, since he's obviously like a character that goes back to like season 3 of the show.
Mm-hmm. And even in the Railway series.
In the Railway series, right. And I can remember being like 9-10 years old and going on discovering the Bachmann forum, and then people's lists, like the first ones I ever discovered said Bulgy, and I was like, wow, here we are in 2026, and Bulgy is finally revealed in Bachmann. That is so awesome.
Yeah, of course he joins, like I said, Birdie, Sir Topham Hatt's car, and Trevor as well.
Oh, Trevor's
Trevor or Terrence?
Terrence,
my gosh. I always get those
better watch out, man. Better watch out, man. A lot of people want Trevor.
No.
We have a secret Trevor coming.
No. I'm gonna put that rumor to rest right now. No Trevor in the works.
Yeah, guys. Sorry, that was just a late April Fool's joke by Matt. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. No, I for my entire life have always gotten those two names confused because they're both road vehicles, but they're both more like industrial road vehicles. They're not cars or buses.
Mm-hmm.
So
and they both start with T and are 2 syllables.
Exactly.
So,
Yep. And if your name is Terrence, I'll probably call you Trevor.
Right. Just as long as you don't confuse Christian and Chandler, because like at least Chandler is a different sound than Crit. Right? So,
yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so you've got a new road vehicle for the range, and just another great scenery piece for your
guys. Make sure you get your pre-orders in on trainworld.com. I unfortunately actually did not have time to set up the screen to share my screen for this, but if you want to trainworld.com, really in the search bar, just put Bulgy. It'll be the first thing that comes up. We are taking tons of pre-orders on this road character at the moment, and the pre-orders are going up because he is a classic. A lot of people have been looking forward to this, and it's like the Diffuser Gunpowder Wagon. That was another one. The pre-orders are there. They're up the roof, so make sure you get them soon if you want to get a shot at getting Bulgy in his initial batch of release.
And if there are no other products, I would think there are no other products on Train World called Bulgy anywhere. So
Yes, exactly. It'll be the one and only. So yeah, go right into search. You don't have to go searching through all the Thomas pages. Just literally Bulgy, Bulgy on trainworld.com. Search, it'll come up immediately.
I am seeing a few people, just if you don't mind me answering a couple more questions.
Yes.
There are a few people asking about Duncan. No news on Duncan. Because then, and it was very regrettable that we had to put a hold on that project. If it becomes viable, we are going to revisit it in the future. We have some higher priority projects that we're working on right now. But just to be completely open about it, we would like to be able to release design Duncan to also be Douglas in the telephone railway range. And the problem we have with that is they probably maybe Peter Sam would be the other one, but they look the least like their prototype. So that one's going to take a little bit more work to figure out how we can do that, because doing one and doing the other helps justify the project.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if we can do it, we absolutely will, but it's kind of on the back burner for now. But we haven't forgotten.
Great. Yeah, man, like there's a lot of talk about Duncan's design, because even the fans, like we actually like the body shell more to the proportions of the real life basis more than the CGI one, just because he was the one that didn't come out in the initial badge, not really accurate to the proportions of the real life model. I think he was just done very quickly, and as a result, the boiler is so small and skinny, and then the cab is unbelievably tall in comparison. So if there's any way possible, to have his proportions closer to the real life basis, I think that would make both real life fans and Thomas fans happy.
And I did see another. I'm just watching all the comments here as well. If there's anything else I can answer. Somebody was asking about tar, milk tanker, and open carriages. Those should be here pretty soon. They may even be here by next month. We have package samples of those. You guys at Train World might be getting them sooner rather than later.
Fantastic. Yeah, I know I've got like at least 5 or 6 of those tar wagons on pre-order. So
you got to have a whole train of them. You can't just have one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I think.
Any other questions to address, or sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Yeah, no, I think I was going to say the same thing as you. Unless there are any other questions that I can answer for now.
I think those are the main ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I do see express coaches and gunpowder wagons just popped up. Gunpowder wagons probably around the same time as the milk tank and the tar tank. The express coaches in N scale, they will be probably the fall.
Fantastic.
But again, none of this is set in stone until they actually get here. So that's just our best estimate.
Oh man, I'm sorry, I have to ask this one. This is the very last one for today. But H.O. Salty, what's the latest news with him?
H.O. Salty is there's nothing really to do with H.O. Salty right now. He's ready to go. It's just a question of having a production slot available for him to fit into.
Okay. Is he still planned for 2027 at the moment?
It's going to be 2027, and that's pretty set in stone at this point. We're not going to. We don't anticipate seeing any other delays beyond that.
Okay. Great.
So Salty will be here.
Okay.
But yeah,
thank you so much, man. Yeah, lots of exciting stuff on the way, guys. So make sure you tune in to next month's stream too, and August's stream. There's lots of new engines coming out. And as he said, the rolling stock, such as the tar and milk tankers and the gunpowder vans, those should be out within the next few months. So stay tuned.
It's always a pleasure to be on the show. And like I said, there should be more exciting stuff to show next month. So, but I unfortunately have to sign off for now. I will go back and watch though Chandler, because I definitely want to see your presentation. But
Thanks so much.
Yeah, you guys enjoy. It looks like it'll be a good one.
Absolutely. Thank you, Matt.
All
right. And Chandler, the man of today's stream. First of all, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great. Thank you, Christian, for allowing me to come on the stream.
Absolutely. And thank you for coming on and showcasing your beautiful model work. Lots of great things to showcase without a doubt. Let's first hear about your interest in the hobby, what first got you into it, and what has kept that interest prolonged and maintained in the recent years.
Yeah. So I remember whenever it first happened. It was COVID. And I found my original Bachmann Percy, which had like snapped the wires off, so it's easy to fix. But then I also found my like old Bachmann Thomas. It came with the one set that came with like Scruffy, a red truck, um, a cattle wagon, and like a tanker, I think. But I
Yeah.
remember finding that Percy, and that's what really sparked me into getting back into Thomas modeling because I was doing a lot of like American modeling and stuff. I kind of grew out of like the fandom and stuff like that for a little bit. Um, but then once I found that and I actually like fixed the model, I was like, you know what, this is kind of fun. So um, I'm like, I like wanted to do this more. So I like fixed up my Bachman Thomas, and then that's what kind of sparked this whole thing now into making videos and stuff. Because I've always seen a bunch of creators' videos and stuff like that. I always wanted to make videos, so it's really awesome.
Fantastic. And you have several different skills there. There's
Yeah.
HO, there's N, there's HON30, and even some close-up figures based on the television series, which look
Mhm.
absolutely stunning. Do you have a favorite scale out of all of them?
I think at the moment it's got to be Z scale because like I'm just hooked on it. It's a pain in the butt.
Amazing.
It's expensive, but I love it. It's awesome.
I will say, Train World's got some new Z scale products on the website. I don't know if you've seen them yet, but a lot of stuff I think particularly by Markland as well as a Japanese brand I can't remember the name of, but yeah,
Brokahan
definitely check
probably.
that out if you are interested in getting into the smaller scales. So
Well, yeah, absolutely. I guess I'll have to come over there after the stream there.
fantastic. All right, and without further ado, shall we start looking through your beautiful models?
Yeah, absolutely. What should I start out with? Do you think I should start out with number one himself?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I think I will. Okay, so this is a really old model. This one was made in 2022, so that's been 4 years now.
Wow.
I'm actually redoing this model, but this is like my OG Thomas. Like I feel like everyone kind of knows this one for the most part. Made by the LBSC Thomas because I think we got them into a Railway Series kick, and so then that's what this spawned from. So this was actually the prototype one, and I was like super impatient to get a new Thomas. So I was like, send me the prototype one. I want it. And so it got more redefined, and this one just kind of, you could tell its age compared to their other ones. But yeah, so you can't hate him though. He's super fun. Um, yeah, just a really fun model, and I love this one so much. Like this one's been all around the place. So, but yeah,
Fantastic.
let's see. And he uses a Bachmann branch line Genty chassis. So, I get my use out of a lot of Bachmann products here. So I think what I'll start off or what I'll go to next is James here, probably because he's one of the more interesting ones. So James is a spark shot shell, like an old one. So I need to redo this at some point. But the coolest part about him is that he's DCC, and he also, I don't know if you can see that, that is a Sooth unit.
Oh wow,
So
he smokes.
he does smoke. He is a smoker. So yeah, so he smokes. I'm slowly converting a lot of my models into being DCC and having smoke and stuff like that.
Nice.
It just kind of takes a while to try to figure out how to fit them in there, but
Yeah.
we'll figure it out in the end there. And then his tender is a custom 3D printed one. Again, I would like to redo it, but it's fine for right now. So very, very fun model, James is. But
Beautiful.
and then I've got my Percy model. This one was also made by Noah. So they came out with a Percy, but I kind of wanted my own version of it. So we all, like in our group, I feel like we all have a version of Noah's Percy in a sense, because mine is basically their Percy, but with my own tweaks to it. So they added a sloped bunker, more like squat tank, taller funnel, and a more squat cab and bigger buffers. So they did that one for me. So probably one of my favorite like standard gauge models I've done, but
Nice.
very fun model. You know, you gotta love it. You gotta love Percy though. It's probably one of the easiest models to make, to be honest. So
And I have to ask, is the puffed out expression your favorite too?
no, well, so I just got back from Nashville with my girlfriend and stuff, and I actually got
That's
to go
good.
visit Trainstorm at his local club. So we got to film a little bit there and hang out and stuff. So it's just kind of the expression that he's on, or
I
that was
see. Or
on
maybe
him.
that was the face that you had on your face and your girlfriend on your face after all the traveling. So I'm
Yeah, well, yeah,
right.
that was me after a long 10-hour drive. So,
Oh yeah,
um,
been there.
no, but my favorite is probably his like smirking one that he has. It's just such a funny face. So,
The one
but
from season 2, the Deputation.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah, where he's like looking off to the side and stuff. Super
right.
funny
Yep.
face.
Yep.
So,
That's a great one.
uh, let's see. I guess I could show Toby off here. So, Toby is a fully 3D printed model. I think you can buy them off of eBay. I don't know if the person who gave me this, because I just basically got given this for free. Um, I don't know if they got this one off eBay, but I don't know if you can see that's a fully 3D printed chassis with like I guess the gearing and stuff. Like they fully 3D printed the whole model. And so whenever I got it, it was just a raw print. And so I painted it up, did some wood paneling on it and stuff, did nice little weathering on it. So
Beautiful. Wow.
I needed a new Toby because my other one was very bad. So that's kind of what we're rocking with now. And he runs great too. For a 3D printed chassis, I'm really surprised. I don't have sevens for him, so I need to figure that out. But yeah, he's pretty close to being done. His little face there too. So
Awesome.
very much a pain in the butt model, but in terms of the face painting, because it's so small. But yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
pretty
say,
cool.
because like I'm sorry, you already answered this question, I think, but it's all hand painted, right? Like you don't use the
Uh,
sprays.
well, I do spray paint the faces. So I do the
Okay.
initial spray, and then I have a hand paint that's like pretty close to the spray color, and then I'll go in and make like touch ups and stuff like that. Because recently I've kind of been very what's the word? Very I can't think of the word. It's just like whenever I see like something's like completely off, I
Oh,
want to get it
like
down.
anal retentive.
Yeah, and so like the eyebrows and stuff will look off, or there'll be like a little paint smudge that's just
Right,
like no,
right.
that
No,
doesn't look good. I
absolutely.
need it to look smooth, and so
Of course. Yep. I
it
get it.
drives me insane. But yeah, I think I've gotten it down, and it does slow my
Yeah, that
process down a bit.
goes for every great modeler, right? Thomas
Yeah,
or not.
I would have to say so. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, awesome.
I guess I could start off with some narrow gauge if people want to see that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, we'll start. We'll keep going smaller, and then we'll go to a little bit bigger size. How about that? Do that.
Sounds good to me.
So I'm going to show a couple of these off here. So before the awesome Bachmann Sir handle, I had to figure out how to make a Sir handle. So I used I think it was my old Scarlowi chassis. And this is like the free print that you can get on Thingiverse or whatnot. And so I even like with this, I had to like almost squish it in the slicer. So it's not what you're supposed to do, but it's what I did. So, but it uses a Bachmann Scarlowi chassis, and then it's got like full like custom valve gear and stuff like that from another model. I think I kit bashed it a bit, but then all the details on it are like cut brass in a sense and stuff. I don't know if it's picking up very well, but um, yeah. So he definitely shows his age with having this model around, so I can compare them, and I'm like, ooh, that's not that good. So
I think it's still stunning, personally.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I yeah, I don't know. I've got like a special place for it. He doesn't run very well, but it works, I guess. So
Absolutely. You put your heart and soul into it, and that's what counts, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I feel like every modeler, and I wish, I
Yeah.
hope Bachmann will eventually do this at one point, but
Mhm.
the Bachmann Percy chassis, it's like the best chassis you can use for any narrow gauge project.
Yeah.
So I think I have like 3 or 4 models up here that are using Bachmann Percy chassis.
Yeah, I have to
So,
just say real quick, just as a digression, a funny story regarding the Percy model and N scale. Like, I remember every time we got sold out on Train World, the Percy
mhm,
models, which obviously sold like twice as much as the Thomas for that very reason. Well, then Bachmann released the Percy set, and even those
mhm.
were selling like crazy, like even
Yeah.
more than any Thomas set, including the HO Thomas sets. And
Hmm.
I'm thinking to myself, wow, like these Percy chassis must be that sought after for 009 and other N scale customs. I mean, I
Yeah.
really was truly amazed that it was that much. So,
They're an amazing chassis. Like they
mm,
run smooth. I don't think I've had one problem with one of mine that I've used. Like I genuinely like think it's probably one of the best in scale chassis I've ever seen. So
right,
very nice models.
definitely.
But yeah, like I said, I have probably 3 or 4 of them. Actually, I think I've given some away to some friends, but this was my other version of trying to make a Sir Handle, and it uses a 3D printed body by Team Immersion. And this one was actually supposed to be Falcon because I made my Marthwaite layout, and I was like, well, I really want to wait for the Bachmann Sir Handle, but I was like, I really need it now, kind of
Mhm.
thing. Like it was, I think it was supposed to come out in like a month or whatnot, and I spent money on this, so uh, yeah. So I didn't ever get to finish this, and I still will because I do need to film some stuff with him. But pretty happy with how he looks at the moment. So he just
Yeah.
needs a face, but yeah.
The blue looks great. What did you use for the blue?
It wasn't sail blue because I used 3 different blues. I think it was called It was a Rust-Oleum like deep blue or something like that. So very nice color.
Definitely.
And then we have the Bachmann. I'm not going to talk about this one too much, but it's just the Bachmann handle. Um, that whenever I was reviewing it, I looked at it and I was like, you know what? I think I could make it a little bit more detailed in some areas because it's just painted blue on everything, but that's how the TV series is. So, there's no fault on them for that. But I was like, let me go in and paint areas black and stuff like that and see how it looks. Kind of more like how Sir Hayden looks right now at the Tally Flynn. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. That's part of the reason why I haven't repainted it because I'm just like I kind of like him just being in blue, and I've done all the red models for so long.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of like it a
It's
little
like an
bit
ideal
different.
fusion of all eras of the show and real
Yeah,
life, right?
yeah, absolutely. So very cool though. I love this model, so I was very happy to get that finally.
Nice.
So very fun model. And I guess while we were talking about Bachmann Scarloey chassis, I'll show Duncan and Ivo Hugh.
Sounds
Um,
good.
let's see here. So Duncan uses a Bachmann Percy chassis, but he's a 30 print, and the valve gear that he uses, because I did the wall shirts valve gear, it is I think they're the Bachmann in scale American 060s, like the tender locos. So they have the wall shirts and stuff like that. So I bought a bunch of old versions of them, and I basically cut the valve gear off and made it a part of my Duncan valve gear, and it runs super smooth. So very happy with how he turned out,
Yeah.
and yeah, very nice. I love this guy. So
Yeah.
I was very upset with whenever Bachman said that they couldn't come out with Duncan yet. But I was like, well, you know what? Let's make it my own. So
Yeah. Well, you said the magic word, which is yet. So stay tuned.
yeah, yeah. So
Not really,
hey,
guys. Stay tuned.
we might have heard about a Trevor coming soon.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. And then Ivo got the exact same treatment as Duncan. since he uses a Bachmann Percy chassis, and he's also an Andrew Barclay. So he got the wall shirts. This is actually a better view of parts of it that you could see. So it's just the main wall shirts. And then also, like I said, he uses a Bachmann Percy chassis. So very cool. And then his face is trying to pick up on my face. I don't want it to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, his faces are from trains. So my friend Dalton, me and Green's trains, adapted his faces to be actual 3D models because I don't think he knew how to do that. So there we go. So
Beautiful.
pretty cool stuff.
And what's your method for painting the faces that are that small?
So I have a paintbrush that I think they're called Reaper paintbrushes. And so what I basically do is I'll wet the brush and then I'll kind of like twirl it a bit so that it like it's the smallest brush that they have. But I'll twirl it a bit and it'll make the finest point and stuff like that. And so then you dip it in the paint and you don't get big drops of paint. You just kind of let it just on the like bristles of the paintbrush, like on the tip. And you kind of just start and swoop it. I don't know how to describe it, but
yeah,
it takes a lot of
I can visualize
practice.
what you're saying though. Yeah. I mean, that's extremely clever, and it looks so neat and clean. And for something that small, just got to hear that method, man. How do you do that? So, folks, you heard what he said. That it's a pain in the butt, but it's well worth it because you saw how clean that face looks at this small scale. So.
Well, if you think that's small, Rusty's are even like smaller. Like Rusty's were not fun. I don't know if you could see him. I don't even know if it'll pick it up.
Oh, there we go.
But,
yeah, it's clearing up.
Yeah, but Rusty, his are like even smaller than the Arsdale faces. And he uses a Bachmann Rusty chassis on a 3D print. And those, I'll tell you one thing, these were not fun to paint. They're the same size as the ones that you would use on the Bachmann slate trucks. If I like, because I have some slate truck faces, same size as that, and it's not fun at all. So,
it's the ultimate test of patience and diligence, and well, discipline. So.
Yes, and it's awful. I hate it.
All right, guys. So to torture Chandler, you got to just DM him, blow up his DMs, and say, "Hey, can you paint my Rusty faces? Can you paint my?"
Don't do that.
faces? What if they offer you hundreds of dollars for you to do that?
Okay, then do that.
Like, what if I DM'd you and I said, "I'll pay you $500 to paint 3 Rusty faces"?
Christian, I would do it for you for free, but
I'm digressing. But yeah, guys. Yeah. A really, really labor-intensive work that he just showcased, as you can see, given how small those are, and miraculous. So let's all give it a shot so that we can all experience the pain like he did.
Just try to take breaks in between, please. Like, please take breaks. It's not worth your sanity to deal with that.
Yeah.
So let's see. I guess I'll keep going down the line of narrow gauge a bit because I have a couple more that I'll show off. We'll skip past Peter Sam because, well, yeah, we'll skip past him for right now. If people want to see him, I'll show him. Here I have Rheneas. So I have 2 Rheneases. This one actually started out as a yellow Rheneas. I don't know why. I've always liked the yellow Rheneas, probably just from a bit that me and my friends started, but yeah, I've always been a big fan of yellow Rheneas. I think I bought this one off of Caleb a while back ago, so I weathered it up. Kind of just as like a MSR engine, but like not really because it still says Rheneas on it. So it's just supposed to be a spare engine for whenever I'm running Marthwaite and stuff at shows. But he's got a new funnel, and I think that was just about it. I think I only did the new funnel on him. So, and then Rheneas himself is mostly a stock standard Bachmann Rheneas. I think I bought a kit off of someone to convert a little bit of stuff on him. So he's got like the smoke box plate at the front with rivets on it. I've added a bunch of piping and stuff like that. So that wasn't part of a kit. That was all brass parts and like little spare bits off of other models that I did. Faces, again, I painted up unfortunately. So not unfortunately, but wasted
Beautiful.
many hours painting. But yeah, and I've always been a big fan of like a dark red for these guys. So I
Yeah.
kind of they're a little bit more visually appealing to me when they're in a dark red. So
Definitely.
yeah, but a lot of these guys are used for filming and stuff like that. So um, they're having to be fixed a lot in terms of stuff going wrong on sets.
Okay.
But I had to fix his whole funnel the other day because it broke and snapped off and
Oh, okay.
all
Oh, as
that.
far as that stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
But
then
also like also performance aspects. Like, do you find yourself like oiling the models a lot? Things like that?
to be honest, not really.
Okay.
One thing about I hear a lot of people have problems with some of the Bachmann narrow gauge stuff in terms of how it's running and stuff. I personally have never had a problem with any of them except for like my first Scarloey. I think one of the pickups went out, but that was about it. So,
Okay.
and
Got
that's
it.
what
Yeah,
later
yeah.
became this one, and it runs with all the modifications I've done to it. So,
Awesome.
but uh, I guess last of the narrow gauge, and then we'll get onto the super narrow gauge. um,
Okay.
I've got my two, well, one Scarloey and then one character I'm using for filming currently. So this is a Bachmann Scarloey that I have turned into the Ghost engine from season 5.
Oh,
Kind of
nice.
just lines up with part of the story I'm doing. Kind of doing a little bit more of an in-depth story with him. So
Nice. Let's take a look at that face close up.
yeah, this was a let me set him down. So this was a face done by NWR Chris, and I drew up a concept of how I wanted the there we go of how I wanted the Ghost Engine's face to look, and it's mostly based off of the image of James in the station, like from Buzz Buzz, or um, it's one of the Railway series illustrations of him in the station, and his like face has got that like real nasty, like mean look on it. And so I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? I could see that as being this guy's face. And we made some tweaks, gave him a bigger nose and stuff.
Mm.
And true, like probably one of my favorite faces I've had commissioned just because I like how kind of scary it looks. And even with some of the filming I've done on him, he's very intimidating to look at through the fog. So
Absolutely.
yeah. And then, we have Scarloey. So again, Scarloey's face printed, painted. Sorry, I'm like peeking through trying to make sure he's in shot here. There we go. But yeah, just a Bachmann Scarloey with a bunch of different modifications on it. It keeps on wanting to pick up my face, so I'm gonna keep my hand there. So
It's because your face is, too beautiful.
well, thank you, Christian. But yeah, so mostly based off of the paint scheme I've done, mostly based off of the Fletcher Jennings, like whatever the anniversary thing they had. So kind of went in and went with that dark color. So this was the originator of all that. So, but yeah. So that's all the narrow gauge that I am going to show off.
Beautiful.
Do you think anyone wants to see the Arsdale stuff? I don't know if anyone really
Absolutely.
wants to. Okay,
Guys,
so
we want to, right? Put it in the chat. If you want to see the Arsdale engines, you put it in the chat. And even if you don't, I want to. So that's going to be enough for us to watch.
So let's see. Which one would you like me to start off with? Because I have
Let's
5 of
go
them
with
here.
let's go with Bert. I think he's actually my
Bert?
favorite of the 3. Yeah.
We'll go with Bert. So I'm going to pick him up without his tender because I don't want to drop him. So Bert uses a 3D printed shell and faces, again, designed by NWR Chris. I personally commissioned him to design these faces. So each one, me and him kind of sat down and talked about them and kind of came up with a design for him. So I wanted a more TV series style face because I kind of felt bad for the Arzo because they never really got a model series appearance. So I kind of wanted to give them something like that. So there's Bert. He's part of it's based off of the CGI model, part of it's not. And then even like on some of the other faces and stuff like that, you can see hints of model series esque style face components. Like they'll have like the little eye, not wrinkles, but like widow peaks and stuff like that. So very very cool faces. And again, pain in the butts to paint, especially if you're rushing to get them done for the 80th anniversary. um, but an even more pain in the butt thing is the valve gear for Bert, which this is fully working. It's called Haywood valve gear. So I can't tell you how it works because I don't know, but I know what it looks like and how it and like what it looks like whenever it's running. So yeah, pain in the butt to research. I didn't think I would be able to get it working in this scale, but somehow I did. And I'll also show the underside of him. He's got working cranks and stuff too. So they're fully extended cranks. So he just looks wrong not having the full like the valve gear further out. So that's kind of why I did that. But and we can get his tender up here and show. This was a pain in the butt to line. So I don't know if you see those are all individual. Face again, man. I'm telling you. There we go. All individually lined and stuff. Each tender. So yeah. So that's Bert. Very happy with him. He favorite in terms of I'm glad I got him done and such. So yeah. I think personally though, my favorite one that I've made is this guy right here.
Mike.
Mike is probably my favorite one. I'm not gonna say these are fully done because they're not, because I have to add names and builder's plates, but super happy with these. These are running on the like newest, I guess they're Markland chassis that you can get for these guys, and they come with like really nice can motors and full working valve gear, which I see a lot of people use kind of what I use for Bert, but the valve gear isn't like full. So I saw these on a website, and I don't think they knew what they had. I think they listed them as in scale. They're not. So I saw them and I bought them, and that's how these guys came to be, because I'm very happy with these guys. I've always wanted to make the Arsdale, so that was
beautiful.
And then the faces again by NWR Chris. This is probably one of my favorites that he made for Mike. Very Mike face, I would say.
Oh
yeah, there we go. But yeah, so these are being used in a big project too for it. I don't think I'm going to show his. Well, I'll show his tender. Why not? It's a little bit smaller than Bert's, but yeah, again, all individually lined there too. So, and that Arsdale is like, those are all individual like letters too. So that's not very fun to do, especially whenever it's like 3 a.m. So. And I think we'll get on to the last one here, or I guess
Sounds
it's
good.
technically second to last one of the Arsdales. I have 2 of this guy, so let's pull him out. Here is Rex, and Rex is probably my favorite one of my favorite ones that I've made. I love his faces. His faces again by Chris. So it's kind of that image of him sitting in the field, waiting for the hay loads. Or I guess not hay loads, the wool loads. So very fun face. That's probably one of my favorites. And then his green color. I like a more lime green for Rex, kind of more book illustration-esque.
Definitely.
And all the lining again, pain in the butt to do. So couple long nights to do all that. So
beautiful. Wow.
And yeah, I guess we could pull out his bigger brother, because it's basically the same thing, just in a what I'm calling crash scale. Because you'll see whenever I come out with the project on what I mean by crash scale. But so basically the exact same thing, just gauge 1 scale. So,
Oh wow.
well, I'm saying gauge 1 scale, but it's close enough by what I got to see. So, probably
So he
not.
runs on HO track.
Yes, he runs on HO track. It's crazy because technically, for the miniature railway, you could go with TT scale, and that would be closer to a gauge 1 scale, like Raven
Really?
glass engine. That's what what I think Green's Trains figured out, and it's like a millimeter off. So, but
Okay.
these
Yeah,
are
and
easier
like
to find.
this is also out of curiosity, but for like the narrow gauge Scarloey
Mhm,
engines, for instance, right? They used O skill truck in the show, but I'm assuming something a
mhm.
little bit smaller would have been more accurate, right? Or
Probably.
is
It probably would have been closer to S scale if we were going with. No, yeah, probably S scale
S
if I
scale?
had to
Gotcha.
guess. So,
Yeah, because I
yeah.
mean, look, out of nostalgia, I love the season 4
Mhm.
models and the tracks, but I do remember like the rails always looked very spread apart.
Yeah,
And I think it's
absolutely.
because they went with O skill track, but they wanted the size to still be accurate as far as the boilers are concerned and the cabs. So
Yeah, no, I mean it drives me crazy to this day that they're still that wide. But again, it's what they were using at the time.
yeah,
And I'm pretty sure I've seen people who had concept art of like the RCL engines, and it was not even concept art, but it was like a illustration thing, and it was I don't know if it was real or not, but they were saying that they would possibly run on S scale. I don't really see that because whenever I was trying to make these guys, S scale is really hard to find good like 282 chassis or whatnot. This isn't even a 282, it's a 280. So I need to put a back wheel on it. But yeah, it's really hard to find that. And I don't really think they would have done that. I think Double O probably would have been what they would have gone with.
yeah,
So either that or
definitely,
custom make everything. So,
yeah,
but yeah, I
beautiful.
finished that up for the most part this weekend. I just need to do a couple more things.
Mm,
So, but yeah. And so he'll just sit there. I have to
yeah,
finish this tender, but it's basically the exact same one as these little ones. So you can see the size difference there in terms of Z scale and gauge 1 scale is what I'm calling it. So
incredible, incredible.
crazy, crazy big scale. I think I'll show this guy off here, or what he looks like at the moment. So
Great.
this was a commission I picked up from, or not even a commission, but well, I guess it technically would have been. But Tom T. Legend started this model with a guy, and I think he was commissioning it from him at the time. I remember seeing pictures of this model, and I've always wanted to do a gauge 1 scale Railway Series Thomas, um, but like more professional and stuff. I don't want it to be all 3D printed and stuff. I wanted it to be more. Um, I wanted to have like a proper chassis and stuff like that for it to give it some weight. So this is a gauge 1 scale, or going to be a gauge 1 scale Thomas. Parts of these, like this, probably won't last. I'll probably redo the running board. Um, we have already redone a lot of the CAD. Me and, or not me. I can't say I've done anything because I haven't done anything to it because I don't know my way around CAD work. um, I'll keep that to Green because he's really good about that. But yeah, so this is what we have at the moment for him. Maybe I'll keep it, maybe I won't, but we'll see about the running board. But yeah, this will have like full working smoke. It'll have an iMac. It'll have the whole shebang. So I'm really excited to get this going. Very expensive project though. So,
Fantastic. So probably
but
next
yeah.
time you come on, he'll be all done.
Hey, next time he comes on, I'll try and have him done for y'all. So
Yeah.
Christian,
Yeah,
we'll be in touch about that.
fantastic. And just if you could just keep going. I'm gonna have to run upstairs because I forgot my charger and now I'm gonna low battery. So if you could just keep going, Chandler, that'd be great. I'll be
Yeah,
back literally in 30
absolutely.
seconds.
Yeah,
Apologies,
you're
I
good,
should
man.
have this ready to go.
No, you're all good. Okay, so now that I'm running the stream, let's see. I'll show this off because this is a work in progress model. So we have a kind of like a TV series style Mr. Controller or Mr. Controller, Mr. C. I should get that right since I'm basically named after that. So let's see. So we have a gauge 1, or not a gauge 1, but a semi scale close-up figure. So this is Mr. Conductor here. This is so the scans, the 3D prints that I use for this are by Covey from their file. So y'all can go in and actually make these if you want. You don't have to commission them from me. Covey has some amazing 3D scans in there. So I definitely think y'all should go in, check that out there. But yeah, custom painted faces and stuff. This one still needs a clear coat on the top. Like I said, this one needs a lot of work because I'm trying to figure out how to make it look like good. So I'm trying to stylize it right to Mr. Conductor. So, and this one will actually be a giveaway whenever it's done. So if y'all want this, go check it out. Get ready for a giveaway because we'll have this at some point for y'all.
Wow, beautiful.
And then I guess the last thing I'll show here is this fat controller. And this one was actually the one that I used in the giveaway. The guy that had it in, or that won the giveaway, I think I saw him in the chat here. So, and I told him I would show it off for Thomas Tuesday. And it also got to go see some props too. So it's pretty cool. But this is probably what the most well-known figures I do are these like Railway Series style fat controllers. So they use, again, scanned by Covey. And they're super easy to actually paint. There's on Covey scans, they actually have like lines where the lapel and stuff is supposed to be. So yeah, that is it's a pretty easy thing to paint.
Beautiful.
But sanding it down.
I am a huge fan of these Gauge 1 figures, or excuse me, close-up style figures. And to see now a paint scheme that represents something from the illustrations in the Railway series is even cooler. So I might be hitting you up one day, Chandler. I might be hitting you up.
I'm all for it. I've got a bunch of them that I'm making, but I wouldn't mind to take another commission for them. So,
awesome.
But yeah, they're super fun though. But yeah. But that's really all that I have to show off today. Unless people wanted to see the set that I have that is up. I don't know. I was gonna keep it a secret, but then I was like, you know what? We'll keep it up for Train World. I think that'd be kind of fun. So
fantastic. This is the reveal. This is super hyped.
This is for a project I'm working on. I'm not going to go into the project, but there's some little sneak peeks as to what the project could be. I don't know if you see, where is he? That little guy right there. I don't know if y'all see him, but he's part of the issue there. So let me see if I can. I got to bear with me, Christian. I got to remember how to turn my camera around.
No problem.
Let's see. Okay. So it's like inverted. Okay. So here we go. We have this is like one of the sets here. I don't know if it'll flip. There we go. That helps out a lot. Okay. So this is one of the sets I build. It's, again, for a project I'm not going to disclose at the moment. You can take your hints. But yeah, so this is, I'm kind of just doing my interpretation.
You're a useless blue puffball.
We'll see if he's right. But this is going to be like the last send off for this Thomas because I will be replacing it by the end of this year. So he's getting his last like time to shine and stuff with this set. And I've always been a big fan of building sets. They're just like so fun to build, you know? Like,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What'd you use for the grass in this? So
the grass is a really cheap grass mat from sorry, I'm trying to get a grasp of the camera movement here because it's like inverted for me. The mat is a mat that you can buy off of Amazon. It's like a fake moss. And so it makes for a really good like underlayer of grass and stuff. And it's I don't know if you can also see it's almost like static grass in a sense. So it's got like that grassy look to it. And then it's got a very nice like undertone of like almost like a dirt or something like that underneath. So but yeah, it's pretty nice. I don't remember who started using this, but someone put me onto them and I was like, you know what, I like those.
Nice, nice. And as far as the pliability, would you say it's pretty pliable?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you see, it's like just drooping off my thing,
Oh,
so
okay.
it like
Perfect.
you
Oh,
know.
wow. Yeah, yeah. Great, great.
So you could, it's really easy. Like this is sitting on top of some boxes and stuff like that. So to get this nice like little ridge here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know if that's picking up on camera, but yeah, nice little ridge
Absolutely.
for a camera slider to kind of get a nice shot.
Nice.
But yeah, so this is one of the sets that I'm using. It's a very small set, so it doesn't need to be anything crazy. But yeah, so
Wow.
here we go.
It's
There's
very
Thomas sitting on
convincing.
there.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Really.
Christian. Hold up. But yeah, that's I gotta put my camera back up. That's what I got
Yeah.
to show off today. So
Awesome. I think your camera turned off there.
yeah, I did.
There
I
you
had
go.
to put it
Okay.
back up there. I didn't want y'all to
No problem.
catch me in 4K. So
All right, guys. Well, great job with the timing. We are at exactly 1 hour in the stream, which is like perfect. That is exactly what Ken had told me to do 5 years ago when these Thomas Tuesday streams started, which means we are ready for the final raffle. Is everyone ready for the final raffle? I'm glad that, yes, we got plenty of people here. Good. So I asked a good friend of mine, no name drop in here, but to come up with a question.
did he figure
And
one out?
he, in time, picked one out based on the
Okay.
Railway Series. Since Chandler is primarily a Railway Series modeler, I figured that we'd go with a Railway Series question. But since that's not my primary expertise, I needed to go to him or this other person. So huge shout out to him. But the question for this evening will be: what was the difference between Sir Hayden and Sir Handel's backgrounds for having steamroller tires fitted? That is the
Mhm.
question for this evening. All
There you
right.
go.
And put your answer in the chat. It doesn't have to be complete sentences. I'm not looking for, Chicago style citations and MLA style citations like we're in like a literature class or history class of some sort. Even though that's literally what I was just doing this past week for my final papers. But anyways, I digress. But if you can, put it in the chat. Or you can also shoot Trainworld a direct message via Twitter or Instagram. Those are your three options, because I know these are live streams and you may not have enough time to answer the question. But if you do not, you can answer here, or you can answer via Trainworld Twitter or, Instagram. And what you'll be winning is, just like last month, a DCC Thomas in HO scale with the sound and everything else going on. All right, that is what you will be winning. So if you want a free DCC HO Thomas, please answer the question. Again, it doesn't have to be complete sentences. It doesn't have to be super long. It can just be like a couple bullet points. Yeah, I'm not looking for a whole massive essay. All right, so if you get right to the point, get right to the answer, then you'll be good to go. Yeah, Chandler, by any chance, do you know the answer to this one?
I think I do, but I don't want to embarrass myself. So
That's good.
And plus, I don't want to give it away for everyone to know either. So
Yeah, absolutely. I get it. Alrighty.
What are some of the
Right, well,
answers we're getting back here?
yeah, there's a few people who answered here. And once again, if you are seeing this late, DM us on Instagram or Twitter. I will be checking answers until noon tomorrow. Okay, noon tomorrow. Like 11:59 a.m. tomorrow is the latest. Eastern Standard Time is the latest that you can submit your answer. Okay, 11:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, June 3rd. All right.
I'm seeing
All right,
some
we'll
good
just wait.
answers so far.
Excellent. All right, so that might make it quite easy.
Did Tom give you the answer just to make sure?
He did, yes.
Okay.
Yes. I know he's the expert with this stuff, so I trust him.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that he actually sent it before we.
Absolutely. Yeah, no. He actually, and it's like the perfect length too,
Oh,
So,
perfect. Great. Okay.
yeah. Like I was worried he was going to send me like a 500, not 500, but like a 100 to 200 word answer, but he didn't do that. So that's good.
Mainland said Chandler is the reason why Sir Hayden got steamroller wheels.
Yes.
Because he asked nicely.
He's got the 3 Sir Handle models, the Bachmann and 2 customs. He is the king of Sir Handle.
Which they're technically all Bachmann at the end of the day.
That's right. And you know what, on that note,
Bachmann.
I'm just going to get my screen share ready just because Ken will beat the crap out of me if I don't do this. All right, here we go. Share screen. All right, can everyone see my screen?
I can see it.
Excellent, good. All right, so I'm once again here on the Train World website. If you are looking for our Thomas products, you're going to go over to brand. You're going to scroll all over to T. You'll see Thomas and Friends Railway. Click right onto that. There we go. And of course, we got a nice model era image of Thomas. That's thanks to yours truly. But even though I love CGI fans too. Let's see. All the Bachmann products can be organized over here off to the side. If you go over to manufacturer, you'll notice that we have Bachmann, now Fisher-Price Mattel, because we are going to be stocking all the new stuff based on the reboot in the coming months. So stay tuned for all that. Lionel, but obviously Bachmann is still king as far as quantity. So you can click right onto the check, and you'll see that we have almost 200 products still of Bachmann Thomas products. Some of them are pre-orders, but the majority of them are in stock from what I understand. So I'm just going to scroll through here so you can just get a good grasp of our selection. Usually it starts out with sets, and then it goes into the locomotives, as you can see. And then the rolling stock will start to show up. You can also organize via scale. If you go up to the side here, yeah, that's actually the first thing that comes up. HO, of course, is still king. 105 products there. Narrow gauge is also very popular. N scale, G scale. So that'll be off to the side right over here. All right. So once again, hop on to trimroll.com. We've got a wide selection. There will be also new summer announcements coming up in either July or August for the NMRA. Stay tuned for those. I can guarantee I've confirmation that some of them are Thomas products, and it is more than one product. That's all I know so far. So don't ask me a million questions beyond just that. But get excited because there are new Thomas announcements coming again very soon too, in addition to all the locomotive reveals and all the rolling stock release dates, and the list goes on. So thank you guys very much. All right, and Chandler, any closing remarks before we
if it's working.
Close up shop?
I can hear you.
You can't hear? Yeah. Guys in the chat, can you just put down if you can hear me? Can everyone hear me? Anyone? Or is it just Chandler? You guys can hear me? Okay. All right. Oh, you are muted, Chandler. Uh-oh. All right. Well, I'm not sure what exactly is happening over there, but we had a little bit of a technical error happen. Yeah. Chandler, can you hear me? You still can't hear me? All right. Can you say something? Can you? Oh, no. Okay. All right. He can't hear me. All right, guys. Great apologies for this technical error. Because, okay, the mic's not connected. That's strange. But thank you all so much. I'm just going to close up shop right now. Chandler will hear this hopefully in the rerun. But thank you all so much for tuning in this evening to Thomas Tuesday. Just feel bad that Chandler cannot post this or state his closing remarks there. But once again, check out trainwell.com for all the latest products. A huge thank you to Chandler for showcasing the latest models that he's been customizing, his beautiful set, and his insights in model railroading. Again, get your raffle answers in because I will be selecting a winner in the early afternoon tomorrow. And that's about it. Chandler, can you not hear me?
Can't hear. I can't hear anything. So, but yeah.
Okay. I can hear you though.
I don't know what happened, but my thing will not. I'll wait. Goodbye.
Okay. All right. Happy Thomas Tuesday, guys. Thank you for tuning in. and keep on chucking. Bye-bye.